There's something strange about the human hand. We live with them, we use them for everything, but rarely do we stop to truly see them. We look at faces, eyes, postures, clothes, but we forget our hands. Yet to Carl Jung, they weren't just tools, they were symbols, living extensions of the psyche, a language of the unconscious, etched into flesh and bone. Think about this. From the first moment you're born, your hands are already in motion. Reaching, grasping, searching, before you speak, before you know who you are, your hands move. They want to touch the world. Why? Because the hand is desire made visible. To Jung, the body is not separate from the soul, it is the soul made manifest. And no part of the body reveals our destiny, our fears, our creativity, like the hands. Every wrinkle, every callus, every unconscious gesture, they are signs, not random, not meaningless, but deeply symbolic. Because the hand is where will meets action, it is how your inner world reshapes the outer one, how thought becomes creation, how the invisible becomes real. You write with your hands, build, fight, comfort, heal, destroy. Isn't it strange that the same fingers that tremble in fear can also paint a masterpiece? The same palm that strikes in rage can also cradle a child. Jung would say, this is the mystery of opposites. The hand contains the shadow and the light, the creative and the destructive, the masculine and the feminine, and what you do with them is your life story. Look at your hands right now, really look. Are they tight, clenched, hiding something? Are they open, offering, reaching? Your hands are your psyche speaking in silence. What are they saying? Carl Jung believed that the hand is a mirror of the unconscious, and not just in the symbolic sense, but in dreams, in visions, in myths. Across time and culture, the hand always returns as a symbol of power, purpose, and transformation. The open hand symbolizes peace, surrender, and spiritual awakening. The closed fist, resistance, willpower, the fight for survival, and both are necessary. You cannot live fully with one and suppress the other. If your hands are always clenched, you may be holding onto trauma, rage, control. But if they are always open, you may be surrendering too easily, letting life pass by without making a mark. Jung once said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. But what if your hands are that unconscious guiding your fate without you ever noticing? Consider the hands of a child, innocent, unshaped, but full of potential. Every child draws before they write, touches before they understands, because the hand is the first way the soul says, I am here. As we grow older, our hands change. They become tools of survival. We work with them. We use them to earn, to compete, to protect. But in the rush of adult life, we stop listening to what our hands are telling us. We lose touch with our own touch, but deep within, they remember every heartbreak, every triumph, every secret longing you never spoke out loud. Stored in your hands like ancient maps, your fingerprints, no one has them, not in all of time. Jung would ask, what does that uniqueness say about your purpose? There are lines on your palm that no other being on earth has. Imagine that, a cosmic signature, etched into you before you were even conscious of being alive. Science tells us they're just biological, genetic, but Jung would say they are archetypal, symbolic. They are not your future written in stone. They are your soul's blueprint, potential patterns, pathways, clues, not to who you must become, but to who you already are, beneath the conditioning. The hand is not fate, but it can show you how you're shaping your fate every day, with every choice you make, with every time you reach out or pull back, with every handshake, every slap, every touch of love or violence. The question is not what do your hands say? The question is, what do you do with them? Because we are not defined by symbols alone, but by how we embody them. Some people never use their hands to build. only to survive. Others create beauty from nothing, art from pain, music from silence. They've made their hands an extension of the divine. Your hand is an altar, a tool, a weapon, a bridge. You choose what it becomes. But if you're unconscious of it, it will choose for you. In ancient myths, the gods always gave power through the hands, healing powers, destructive ones. The laying on of hands was sacred, to bless, to curse, to awaken. Even in dreams, if someone touches your hand, it means something. There's a transmission happening, of energy, of emotion, of something older than words. Your hand is not just flesh. It's memory, it's energy, it's unconscious intention. And when you repress that, when you live in your head too much, you lose power. Jung said we are not just thinkers, we are doers, embodied souls. The psyche wants to manifest, so ask yourself, what do your hands long to do? Not what they're obligated to do, but what they're made for. To write, to paint, to protect, to heal, to reach out to someone you've pulled away from. This isn't just poetic, it's deeply psychological. The hand is how your anima or animus reaches the world. It's how the inner feminine or masculine acts, how the child in you still tries to be seen, how the shadow tries to control, how the self, the true self, tries to build a life worth living. Every gesture, conscious or unconscious, reveals your state of being. When you're anxious, your fingers twitch. When you're grieving, you cover your face. When you're confident, you move freely, openly. Your hands never lie, even if your words do. You can fake a smile, but you can't fake your touch. That's why touch is so intimate, so revealing. It bypasses masks. What would it mean for you to take your hands seriously again? To reclaim them from numb routine, to awaken their intelligence? Because Jung would say the body knows things the mind refuses to admit. And the hand knows what the soul is trying to build, even when the ego resists. The act of building something, anything with your hands, is healing. It connects you to something deeper, to the ground, to time, to the ancestors who also worked with their hands and passed on the desire to make something meaningful. Creation is memory, and memory is power, and power is in your hands. So the next time you feel lost, look down. They've always been with you. They've shaped your past, and they're holding the tools for your future. You are not helpless. You were born with power. The question is not, will life give you what you want? The question is, will you use your hands to build it? You were never just meant to survive. You were meant to create, and your hands are ready.